from the moment of picking up the book to reading it and making a video, I have never moved faster for this channel, which isn't saying a ton, but nonetheless, about, oh, how long ago was it now? What is even going on? I can't even find it. That's okay. I would say probably 2 hours ago ish. And then include some bathroom breaks and a very short stop. I started reading this book, The Dip, a little book that teaches you when to quit and when to stick. I just finished it, including 3 pages of notes, and will elaborate as I always do on a longer video for discussion and analysis. But I sat down and read this in one sitting. I think I peed twice, talked to my wife once, but powered right through it. So I'm recording this about 30 seconds after finishing it. Very fresh, about as fresh as you could ask for. Premise of this book is, as I said, the subtext says it, when to quit and when to keep going. And the main focus here is it's actually a very, very focused book on quitting and why it is important to quit and why it isn't, and when to separate those differences out. So the idea here is that every business, every endeavor, every challenge that we face, this includes, this being a mental health channel, includes working on your mental health. It includes any hobby or task that you're doing, any job, that there's going to be a curve that starts where you feel good. It's when you start, and then there's a dip where it feels hard. And then on the other side of that is success. And that there are plenty of endeavors that we start that either are just bad ideas. So, for instance, getting into newspaper right now, printed news media is a bad idea. It's declining. So, he talks about these cul-de-sacs, which are dead ends essentially, and cliffs. The example they're smoking, something that feels great constantly, but there's never actually a payoff, and it'll eventually crash either by you quitting or by getting hurt. So, those things are what we avoid, but dips are in things that matter, things that are useful. It's that chasm that separates you from the people who choose not to do it. It's why when we look at someone who's extremely fit or extremely successful or extremely talented at an instrument, we appreciate it because we have this in the back of our mind idea that they worked through this challenging dip. We don't use that languaging, but we say, yep, they moved. I know this is hard, and they actually got through that hard part. And this can be somewhat infinite, where a musician getting to impressive, well, that musician among impressive people won't be impressive. So then there's a new dip for this extreme part where you get impressed at the next level. There's a quote that I like, not in the book, but just in general, about being uncommon among uncommon people. So that's kind of that extension there. So, very, very good book about separating out what you should be quitting and what you should be putting your attention to. And the real crux of it is essentially don't do anything unless you plan to be the best in the world at it. It doesn't mean you're going to get there, but if you foresee that you're not going to keep getting better and this isn't useful, quit. And if you look ahead at a thing that you're interested in and you ask yourself, am I going to, once I hit this dip, this lull, tough period, am I going to stick it out? And if you think probably not, don't even start the task. Focus all the energy on the other things that you're doing or the tasks that you will power through that. So, pretty fantastic book. I think for sure, if you are a business owner, you should read this. If you are into any type of creative art, you should do this. If you're someone who is debating what hobbies to do, if you're someone who is trying to climb a corporate ladder, you should read this. I feel comfortable saying that. That's my initial takeaway. I will record the discussion and analysis video after I sit with it a little bit longer, but it's fantastic. And I mean, I told you I sat through and read it all. What does it end on page 80 or something like that? It's not dramatic. There's about, oh wow, they stopped getting numbered at the end. 85 pages. Like I said, it took about 2 hours going through it, and give or take, including a couple stops and taking about 3 pages of notes through it. So it's a potentially one sitting book. So I recommend it. Go for it. Deeper discussion and analysis to come. Thanks.